Hello, hello. Hi, guys. What's up? The background's kind of freaking me out today. I'm just going to put none. There we go. I'm just going to do no background. All right. We had Michael's Adventures check in, Ariella Viking Venture and Victuals, Echo with Living My Best Life at 60, Venerable Owl, Kristen at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, and Ambi Craft Reads. Welcome in, guys. I was in Jesse and Lisa's live, and they were doing a giveaway, and I got addicted to that, and I couldn't pull myself away. Hello, Free Henley May. How are you? What's up? So, decided to just do a little late night live. Kind of quiet around here today. We had a wedding. My daughter got married today. So, came back, and hubby's in there working on his new airplane model that I got him for Father's Day. So, he's working on that. Hello, Ed, Whistle Stop Homestead. How are you? What's up? I was excited to reach my 500. It took me a year to reach my 500 subscribers on this channel. But I wasn't ever really working on subscribers. I was just working on hours. So I focused on lives. And that seemed to work for monetization, to focus on the hours, not the subscribers. So I didn't even really look at that number until I started getting closer. So I am literally 104 hours away from hitting the 3K. And I want to thank Kristen at Bella's Whisper Farmstead for helping me with that. We've been exchanging some playlists recently, back and forth. So I had yours going while I was at the wedding today. So I have about 5 different people who need watch time right now. So I'm rotating between all of those. And they're helping me too. So nice group of friends that all get together and help each other out. So I just realized there's a prescription behind me. I was like, it might have somebody's name on it. That's nice. Yes, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've heard some of your videos a couple of times. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. So almost monetized for the ministry channel. Excited for that to happen because I'll be able to get some nice things for the ministry. And I'm going to do it just like I do the donations that I receive. When I receive a YouTube paycheck, I'll go to the store and buy all the stuff, make a video, and show you guys all what I got with it, just like I do when I get other donations. So that way you guys can see what kind of things we get. So Mom and I are going back out July 6th, which will be next Saturday. And then after that, we're going to go out again August 17th. So pretty much as soon as we finish one, we do another one. Of course, this one was scheduled after the wedding. The other one we did like a couple of weeks ago to get it out of the way, so it didn't interfere with the wedding weekend. And was nice to be able to see family and friends and extended family and family we don't get to see all the time. So that was cool. That was nice. And that was cool that they got to stream it on Facebook. That was really neat because I didn't really get to see the beginning because I was walking in it. So I went back to the Facebook Live and just watched the beginning up to the point of where the ceremony started. Because obviously I was sitting on the front row, so I could see everything very plainly. Of course, we could not take pictures during the wedding, but we took pictures before and after the wedding and at the reception and all that. So really pretty. They had these German chocolate cupcakes. Oh my gosh, they were so good. The cake itself looked a little bit dry, but the German chocolate cupcakes were delicious. But they had like finger foods like crackers and cheese and summer sausage and fruit and vegetables, like raw vegetables. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. And they'll have a record of it. So that's really neat. Yeah, my dad was a huge German chocolate fan. Hello, Dig Deeper Ministries. Did I hear cupcakes? Yeah, my daughter had a wedding today and they had regular cake. They had chocolate and vanilla, but they also had cupcakes. And my hubby went and got me a German chocolate cupcake and it was so good. It was delicious. Ah, that's cool. You've gotten back to making videos. That's good. That's awesome. I'll have to throw some of yours in my watch later list. I have a pretty good size watch later list on both channels. I have to kind of rotate. I haven't really been running my watch later list lately because I've been rotating between about 5 or 6 different channels that need help right now. So it'll be really cool to get this channel monetized for the ministry so I can use that money to use for the homeless. So that'll be really awesome. I can only imagine the kind of stuff we can get if we're getting money regularly. Because, I don't work. My husband works. So I just buy the little things for them with my spending money that I have. But it'll be nice to be able to have a steady income coming in that's for the ministry. So that'll be awesome. I don't know how that's going to work with taxes, but I have no idea. But anyway, we'll figure that out, I guess. But we have a big, huge day where we're going to go to the Salvation Army, and our church is going to go with us. The whole church is going to go with us, and that's at the Salvation Army where the homeless people stay. So that's really cool. The whole church is going to go. So it'll be really neat. They'll get to see what we do firsthand. Every time we go, there's a really good story that we hear from some people. This last time we went out, we were driving down one of the roads there, and there was somebody sitting on the side of Dollar Tree, and I think it might have been Charlotte that saw them. They're like, she's like, there's a lady on the side of Dollar Tree. So we whip a U-E all the way around back behind the store through the neighborhood and back over, and we go into the parking lot and come to find out it's not a lady, it's a man with really long hair. And his name was Owen. So Owen proceeded to tell us his story, which is that he was in a band for his whole life. He was a bass player. So he drank and he partied, and he pretty much spent his whole life doing this. And at some point he stopped playing bass, and he had a roommate, and him and his roommate had a fight, which I'm thinking maybe had to do with maybe Owen had got drunk and got a little upset, and they got into a fight. And I think that's what landed him homeless. So we're standing there talking to him. It's probably like 100 degrees outside because, it's really hot here in Texas. And God's talking to me in the back of my head, and he's telling me what to say. And he's telling me, to tell Owen that, that he's not alone. And I said, well, when you're sitting here by yourself at night, I said, just remember that you're not alone, and that Jesus is a friend that's closer than a brother, and that he's with you all the time. And then hello, Maritza. Then a little bit later, he was telling us some details about his story, and he was very upbeat. I think I made him cry like twice. I made a grown man cry like twice. And the second time I was talking to him, and God was telling me to tell him, even at your age, he was like 56, I think. I said, at your age, you still have time to have some new hopes and dreams. There's still time to do some good things in your life and have another phase of your life. And I proceeded to tell him, that, I didn't come from a perfect life. I wasn't always, always believed in God, but I wasn't always perfect. And I said, at one point I was doing things God didn't want me to do, and he blocked me. And I said, maybe God blocked you from what you were doing because that's not your original purpose that he wanted for you. Your purpose was to, whatever your purpose is. I don't know what his purpose is. I'm thinking his purpose would have something to do with music. And he talked about how he would like to help some younger people with music. And I was like, well, there's totally probably in Abilene, there's probably somewhere he could get plugged into to do that, to be able to teach some young people music. I said, you could even get into one of these churches possibly and maybe even be their bass player. You know what I mean? There's some contemporary churches that actually have bass players. So I'll just continue to pray for Owen. If you are a praying person, pray for Owen. Hello, Troy Sutton. So that was the most recent story that I heard the last time we went out. And Mom has been ministering to a man, I believe his name is Adam. She's ran into the same young man about 4 different times. God just keeps putting the same man in her path. And this man, I guess he had a breakup with his girlfriend, and he was feeling really upset, and he was feeling really suicidal. And so he keeps putting Mom in his path, and Mom's offering him, words of encouragement and just building him up. And he just keeps putting the same person in her life over and over and over again. So I think that's really cool that God can do that. Because, the day before we go out, we pray. The day of, we pray. We pray in the car before we even drive away to go do the stuff. That God will put somebody in our path who needs us, who needs food, who needs encouragement, who needs prayer, who is praying for help. Send us to the people who are praying for help. Let us be the help that they're praying for. So, that's what we pray before we go. We also pray, for him to keep us safe, because sometimes we have to drop a bag real quick because there's traffic behind us and people are honking at us, stuff like that. So it can be just slightly dangerous when you're making a U-turn to try to get back to someone. They're not always in the most perfect position for you to get to. So you have to because we drive around. We don't go into the camps. We drive around and we look for people with backpacks, with bedrolls, and with signs. We like the signs because the signs tell us exactly who needs our help. And we like that because they're making it easy for us right there. They're saying, I need help. So, and we're supposed to help the ones in our path that ask for it. If someone asks you for help, you're supposed to give it to them. We're not supposed to deny anyone, so how are you guys doing tonight? I just did my 500 subscriber giveaway. I think I have about 104 more watch hours to get to monetize this channel. I'm surprised the Ariella didn't come up because I sent her the link tonight. And I don't see her in here. She might have came in earlier. Possibly. Trying to see if I can send her the link again. Trying to see if I can send Ariella the link real quick. She probably came in earlier and then I moved the time, which kind of messed people up. Hello, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. How are you? That was sweet of you to donate that stuff to the giveaway. That was cool. Yeah, it will be awesome to get the channel monetized, to be able to purchase more things for the ministry. So today I actually got to show my mom my ministry closet and where I kind of store the things that come in. Hats and scarves and gloves and all that stuff, you know. Of course, we have winter coming up, so it'll be getting cold, so it's not too early to prepare for those things. I did purchase a few hats when they were on sale at Walmart when they were going on to clearance, just to put up. And then I purchased some gloves the other day. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the pictures. I thought it might make you feel more included to be able to have some pictures today, to be able to see them. Of course, you know, if you feel like you've missed anything, there's a bunch of wedding pictures on Facebook. So you can go, there's a whole file in case I missed and didn't send everything to you. You can go there and look at a more extensive photo album of the pictures. Your sister's in here. You want to say hi?
Where's all your fancy stuff?
Well, this is fancy.
Where is she?
Right there. See?
I don't know who that is.
That's her name.
Oh, she hid you. She hid you.
I did not. Don't get me in trouble. No throwing me under the bus.
Thump, thump.
Oh, rude. She said, LOL. Hi, brat.
No, she's a brat.
He said, you're the brat. He's in there working on his airplane model. Hey, Steven, come show us the box of the one you got.
You know what I was thinking when I said planes? I forgot how tedious they are already.
North American P-51D Mustang.
World War II bird?
There you go. That's what he's working on tonight. Brand new. Got it for Father's Day. Yeah, he did a car model. I was just trying to think of something different to get him for holidays. And I thought about it around Christmas. So I got him a car model and he finished that. But he said he was more used to doing planes. So this is his car that he did. This is the car that he got for Christmas that he put together and painted and did all the stuff. It's very detailed. Let's see. Even on the inside of all this, all these little tiny pieces. Yeah. He never mentioned that he ever did any. I just kind of came up with the idea and I gave him the car.
I can't find the camera.
I gave him the car and he said, oh, I used to do planes. So this time I got him a plane. So I don't know if he enjoys the plane more or the car. Maybe by the time he finishes, he'll be able to tell. I didn't even know he did models ever. I had no idea. I was just trying to think of something different, you know. I was just trying to think outside the box. So now he's working on the plane. And I don't know anything about styles of cars and planes. I don't know none of that stuff. I just looked on Amazon and I was like, oh, that looks cool. All right, that looks cool. And it's in my price range. Click. So anyway, so that was part of his Father's Day this year. I think for 4th of July, we're going to go out and watch the fireworks. And we just scheduled a time to go spend with Mom, with my husband's mom for July. We have a date scheduled now, I think. So we did that today when we were there. It was nice being able to see Uncle Vincent because we haven't seen him in a while. Little one is down here by my feet. Have you got to see the new kitty, sis? Come here. Come here, kitty. I'm trying to see if I can get him to come over here. We thought he was a girl, but he's a boy. Yeah, your brother went and dug him out from under the house. And thank you, Jennifer. Have you seen the new kitten yet? When you sent me a picture? Oh, I sent you a picture? Oh, he's pretty good size. Let's see if I can grab him real quick. It's getting pretty big. That's Kitty. He's whiny. He's a whiny little thing. He likes Daddy. He is definitely Daddy's boy. Yeah, he is cute. He looks a lot like our first cat, Princess Leia, the one that your brother had before I got here. He looks a lot like Princess Leia. I mean, the same colors and stuff. Yeah, he's a cutie. Yeah, he's adorable. He's a handful. He's a handful and a half. Yep. I don't know why I got back from the wedding and I was really tired, and I just wanted to get out of the dress clothes, and I just put on my t-shirt and my cozy socks and my stretchy pants, and I was like, okay, I'm just ready to chill out. And I sat around for a while and I just got tired, and I laid down and took a little bit of a nap. And then I woke up and I was like, I gotta go water the yard or everything's gonna die on me. So I went outside and watered for a little while. And then your brother went and got us food. We actually ate out today. He went and got us some chicken tenders and a big old thing of tea. I was hoping that the tea would give me a little pep because I was feeling kind of, maybe because I didn't eat very much today. I don't know. Not really sure. It was a very, very sweet ceremony, and Pastor Don did a really good job with it. And he picked a really good, because I know in those books they give you several choices, and he picked a really good one. The way it was worded was really cool. So I know they went to marriage counseling because my husband and I got married by the same minister that our daughter got married from. And so we know it was a really good marriage class. So because we had the exact same one, same pastor. So he probably pulled it out of the same book. Oh, I would love some rain. Can you send me some rain, Amby? I need some rain. Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Jennifer, do you actually do your own lives? Have you ever done a live before? No. Do you want to? Do you want to do a live? If you see the tray table moving, it's him down there messing with stuff. I need to probably pull up the cord because I think he's been caught chewing on cords before, so I need to put him up where he can't get to them. Let me get this out of his way. Well, if you're interested in coming up for a live sometime, Jennifer, I can have you up on my other channel, my bigger channel, Gail Southern Living, for like an interview or something. Or if that's too hard and too formal, you could just pop up here sometime and just say hi to kind of learn and get it out of the way, kind of get used to being on the camera. Because I know it gives people some serious anxiety. I used to be really, really nervous on lives. And I used to like take a really deep breath every time I started. Like it made me really nervous. But then I just got used to it after a while. And now I've been on YouTube almost 4 years. So, and I'm about to monetize this channel. So that would be 2 monetized channels. Of course, this one's for the ministry. But that's pretty cool. I have a new series that I'm going to start doing on Gail's Southern Living where I talk to bigger channels and ask them questions about tips and tricks about how they grew their channel and how they became successful. So if that's something you're interested in listening to, that's going to be on my Gail Southern Living channel, and it's going to be called The Secret of My Success. And I'm going to interview channels bigger than 5,000. And I'm going to have a list of questions. I'm going to ask them all the same questions, but there's going to be other things come up during the conversation. So everyone will be a little bit different. Everybody's advice is going to be different. And you could decide whose advice you want to take over someone else's. Yeah, kitty issues. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He'll have a good home here, so he'll be here till he's gone. So 7 or 8 years now. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to being on camera, but I finally got used to it, and that's good. He's playing with my feet right now. He's not biting. He's just kind of grabbing my toes. Cute. It's cute until they bite you real hard, and then it's like, not so cute. Yeah. Well, what I can say from my experience with YouTube is to focus on watch time more than subscribers, because watch time hours are harder to get. So that's what I did with this channel. Instead of focusing on getting a bunch of new friends, I focused strictly on the watch time for a whole year, doing lives, doing videos. I focused on just lives. And if I manage to get this channel monetized by August 10th, I will have monetized this channel in 1 year, which I know the subscribers aren't that high, but the watch time is almost there. I'm like 104 hours away from being monetized for this channel. So I focus strictly on watch time and not at all on subscribers. So the lives give you way more hours than a video would give you. So like there's this one live that Tina and I did live in the Piedmont just this last week. We did a live that we got 34.9 watch hours for that one. I got 34.9 watch hours for that one live. And she got quite a bit of watch time on that as well. Well, the good thing about editing is when you're doing a live, you don't have to edit anything. You go on and just do it. You don't have to worry about intros, outros, editing, adding little things in. On a live, you just come on and you talk. You could have a subject or you could have no subject. You could come on and just talk. And so it's easy. Once you get used to it, it's so easy. Hi, McKay. How are you? I saw you talking earlier about how to say your name. It's Mike. Mike. So maybe we're running the word together and it needs to be separated. Mike. Mike. I don't know. Let's see. I need to do 4-hour giveaways. I know. Lazy Days Ahead was doing that giveaway and I could just not leave until they were done. I really wanted to know if I was going to win the big old bottle of vanilla. I wanted to win it. I'll probably do another giveaway on my other channel when my other channel reaches 3,000 subscribers. So when I reach 3K, I'll probably do a giveaway over there. And I'm about 90 subscribers away from that. So I need to start I need to start getting stuff together for that. Yeah, that vanilla would be nice. Yeah. Oh, the dancing farmer. Yeah. I don't think that was an actual person. Yeah. Oh, the jams would have been nice. 5 different kinds of jams. That would have been so cool. I actually just did my very first jam. I did grape jelly. And I wanted to get my first one out of the way, and I wanted to do one that was really easy. So I got that out of the way. So my plan is next to do ground cherry jelly. So I'm going to look at recipes. I'm guessing if I followed a recipe that was similar to grapes, actual grapes, that would be pretty close to ground cherry jelly. Ground cherries are kind of like tomatoes. Have you ever seen a ground cherry before? Any of you guys? Hold on just a sec. Okay, ground cherries, they come in a little thing like this, see? They're just, I have a whole bowl of them. So basically what you do is you open it. It's like a hole like that's on a tomatilla. So what you do is you peel it like that. You peel it, see? And it's supposed to be yellow. This one's still a little bit green. So I'm going to actually just let that one ripen in the bowl. And I'm just going to keep going. I think these are the pineapple type. See, some of them are smaller. Some are a little bit bigger. Yeah. You have to plant a whole pack to get like 1 or 2. You have to plant the whole pack. Literally, anyone who's starting out growing ground cherries, I say buy 2 packs and plant the whole 2 packs. That's what I would say. Plant a pack or 2. And you just pull it out. See, I tried to give one of these to someone who didn't know, and they tried to eat it inside the hole. And I was like, no, wait, you're supposed to peel it. So anyway, I'll let these ripen in a bowl for a few days, and then I'm gonna put them in the freezer because I'm gonna try making ground cherry jelly. They taste like a combination of a cherry tomato and a little bit like a pineapple. And I just pull them. I'm going to let these ripen up real good before I put them in the freezer. Because like I say, I'm going to try to make ground cherry jelly with them. And they don't taste like a cherry. They taste more like a tomato with a little bit of a pineapple flavor. But everybody says they taste different. Some people say they taste like apples. Some people say they taste like pears. Every person you ask, what does a ground cherry taste like, tells you a completely different thing. Every one of them tells you something different. Yeah, but it tastes more like a fruit. It's almost like, my opinion is that this is just my opinion. I think it tastes like a combination of a star fruit and a pineapple. That's what I think. I think it tastes like a star fruit that hits a pineapple like that, like a combo. Yeah. People either really like it or they really don't. It's one extreme or the other. See, this one right here might be the right yellow. See, that one right there is probably one you could eat right now. But I'm going to let these ripen in the bowl for a few days before I put them in the freezer. You've never had star fruit? Oh, it's really good. I wish they sold them commonly in the store. I haven't had one in years, but I remember what they taste like. Look at this one. It's tiny. But yeah, I want to let these ripen in the bowl for a few days because there's a couple in there a little bit too green. That way, when I'm going to put them in the freezer, they'll be perfect. And when I make the jelly, they'll be good. Of course, they'll be really, really sweet when you make them in jelly because you always add like a ton of sugar when you make jelly. So it'll be very sweet. I bet it'll be good. Yeah, they do grow wild in nature. Once they come up, though, the next year, you may not have to plant them again. Now, I didn't want to take a chance that they wouldn't come up by themselves. So I went ahead and planted more because I was nervous they weren't going to come up on their own. But I think they would have come up on their own. But this year, my plant is like double the size. The raised bed that they're in, it's taken up 3/4 of that raised bed. The first year, it only took up 1/3 of that bed. I think by next year, that bed may be just strictly ground cherries. Ground cherries actually go into a small bush. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bush. The plant is huge. Every time I go out there, it's bigger. I'm just sitting here peeling these while I'm talking to y'all. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm talking and I'm peeling ground cherries at the same time. They'll ripen easier if I peel them. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Somebody mentioned making ground cherry jelly, and I thought, oh, that sounds really good. I think it might have been Simply Jan Homestead. What is the consistency? I would say like a tomato. Hello, Venerable Owl. But not as juicy. Not as juicy as a tomato. This one's pretty big, actually. That's actually a pretty big one. Yeah, I took a harvest picture the other day, and someone was like, what is that? And I was like, ground cherries. I never heard of them until Jan was talking about it. And then she started growing them, and then, I don't know, somebody sent me some. I started growing them. Then I ended up buying another pack. So I planted a whole pack plus what came off on its own. But this is the thing. These little ground cherries, they fall to the ground if you don't pick them. And they just sit there. The seed just sits there on the ground, and they basically reseed themselves. So the next year, you don't have to plant them again. If you don't pick up every single cherry, which I can't because the plant is so huge, it would be like a struggle to get in there. There's so many that I could pick without having to go down on the ground that I just let the ones on the ground stay on the ground for seed for next year. I'll just compost on top of them, and I may not need to plant any ground cherries at all. But I went ahead and got some seed in a seed swap for next year just to make sure I'll have some. Because the seed swap came kind of late in the year. So I wanted to make sure I had seeds for next year because I knew I wasn't going to get to plant everything. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and get mine now. A survival food. Yeah, it'd be a really good survival food. Because once you get it established, a lot of people have trouble with it. I don't know what to say. I mean, my soil is amended. I do amend my soil every year. Thank you. Thank you. That's not even all the pictures yet, sis. That's just the one I took, or a couple of my friends from the church sent me some pictures. So there'll probably be more. So keep checking that playlist. There'll probably be some new pictures in there. But I'm glad you enjoyed them. Peeling ground cherries. Wow, all that looked like a lot, but once you get it peeled, it doesn't look like quite as much. Yeah, I eat these in the garden every night. I eat ground cherries when I'm watering. McKay says good night to Free Handling Maid. Every night when I'm watering, I have a few of these while I'm in the garden. And then I usually try to pick at least a handful of them because I'm trying to save enough to make ground cherry jelly. So I'm saving them in the freezer. And then when fall hits, gardening season's over and I've got all my areas amended for next year, I will go into the freezer and start making my jelly. So that's the plan for those. So there was going to be so many of them. I have a friend that's really good with all this canning stuff, so maybe she can help me. But I think if I follow a simple grape recipe, it should be okay. Yeah, it's really good. I look forward to it every night. It's like my little treat for watering. I go in there and I pull, if I get one that's not yellow enough, I'll bite it in half and just throw it into the bed to seed for next year. But if it's nice and yellow, I'll go ahead and eat it. I've been trying to do that every night. Pick a handful of ground cherries and also harvest some of my 4 o'clock seeds. Yep. I kind of had a lot of bug pressure in the garden this year, so not my best gardening year ever. But my ground cherries did great. My Mariana tomatoes did great. My cucumbers did okay. One section of them did get attacked by bugs. Butternut squash, I did harvest a few before they got attacked. My zucchini got attacked by vine borers. All of my vining things got attacked by bugs. So, I mean, I have bugs everywhere. So, yeah, it's been a really hugely bug infested year. So, I'm just going to try to amend my soil for next year and try to make out a gardening plan that will protect all of my vegetables. Plant like onions and garlic and radish and dill and mint and all that stuff with the vegetables to protect it from all those bugs. I'm hoping for that. I'll do my best. We'll see what I come up with. But yeah, the bugs kind of got the best of me this year. But I'm trying not to take it hard. Just going to get my soil ready for next year. That's really all I can do. And the bad part is that when you do that, you don't even know if the lack of rain has messed up your garden. I think the fact that we didn't have a really cold winter is what messed up my garden. I think it didn't kill off enough bugs because I have gotten vine borers, squash bugs, pill bugs, clover mites, and a little bit of ants. Oh, it's pouring rain there. Wow. I would like to get some rain. That would be nice. Not your best garden year either. Yeah. Oh, I did get it maybe 7 to 10 zucchini before the vine borers took it. My sage didn't come up at all. I did get some basil, the basil that was planted with Mariana tomatoes. That basil did really well. I did some regular basil. I think it was Italian basil, and some dark purple basil. The dark purple basil was pretty. It came out really pretty, and it did protect the tomatoes. So that thing about the basil protecting things is true. And here's how I can prove it. In my Mariana tomato bed was planted in a raised bed. And I had 2 Mariana tomatoes here, 2 here. And in the middle, I had basil, 2 different kinds of basil and a few radishes, right? Those tomatoes have not been messed with by the bugs at all. Okay. And then, and it's also true about radishes running off your stuff. So basil works, guys. Even the area, okay, so I had 3 sections of sunflowers. 2 sections of sunflowers had no basil at all. 1 section of sunflowers had basil and marigolds planted on the outside. So out of the 3, this one has been almost decimated. This one has been almost decimated. And 1 more section, that 3rd section, the one with the basil and the marigolds, that section is the prettiest and the only one left. Okay. So the last picture the pictures you guys saw was from previous, right? So everybody doesn't know that the sunflowers are gone. I did show the one really big one in that corner. The sunflowers are okay, but the leaves are all ripped up from those black fuzzy worms. Oh, there's the other predator in the garden. But marigolds and basil works. So I have a plan for next year. I'm just going to buy a lot of basil, a lot of marigolds, and a lot of radishes, and I'm going to put them everywhere. And they also say dill. So I'm going to spread out all the things and mint. I'm going to spread all the things out that the bugs don't like into those areas. And then my bed that had the vine borers, my plan for that bed is to plant everything they don't like. I'm going to put mint, I'm going to put dill, I'm going to put sage and oregano and basil, and I'm going to put all the stuff they hate. That way when they come up, they'll be like, oh, we don't like this stuff. So anyway, I really don't know how to treat it after it's been done. I mean, so many people have given me advice. I definitely feel like I'm going to invest in some neem oil for next year. Yeah, I do have one really big sunflower. Now, I did join the Grow Big 24 Sunflower Challenge. So basically what you do is you cut the head off and you measure it. So I actually have a couple that are contingent possible winners, depending on how big other people's are. So that one in that back corner, it was attacked by the worms on the leaves, but the head is still beautiful. So it could be a winner, possibly. I love sunflowers. I had 4 different kinds of sunflowers: mammoth sunflowers, teddy bear sunflowers, Mexican sunflowers, and red velvet sunflowers. They were so pretty while they lasted. Revenge, yeah. My revenge is to spread all the things you hate all over the yard. And the places that did not get attacked by squash bugs and vine borers, those are the places where I'm going to put my zucchini next year. So here's hoping. I did go back and plant a couple more zucchini in a bed that has not been affected by bugs at all. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm cautiously hopeful. So we'll see. I mean, because it's Texas, I still have plenty of time to get a nice fall crop of zucchini. So we'll see what happens. But the basil and marigolds can even protect your sunflowers. I did that on one section of sunflowers, and that's the section that hasn't been attacked. So it works. Basil and marigolds, they work. They repel the bugs. Bugs don't like that smell. My goal was to try to get them like on all 3 sides because they're on a fence. So 3 sides would have some. So this side never got any, but they smelled that and they just went. So next year I'm going to try to put everything under the grow light that the bugs don't like. That way they can be put out and established before the plants are put down, so the bugs smell that and hopefully go to someone else's yard. Of course, you know, how many people really even have a garden anymore? They don't have that many choices. But basil works. Basil totally works. Mm-hmm. I've heard that about radishes too. Radishes repel bugs. So even if you don't like radishes, you could plant the radishes and just leave them there because the bugs don't like that smell either. But yeah, next year, that bed that had the vine borers is going to be nothing but stuff they hate. Absolutely nothing but stuff they hate. That's my big plan. We'll see. I'm going to have my plan laid out. You always got to have your plans. What are you going to do? How are you going to fix the problem you had this year, next year, so you don't have that particular problem again? And you just do your best. So hopefully we'll see what happens. I did want to go ahead and put out a survival seed video because they're going to be, drawing from collaborators tomorrow. And I was like, well, I really haven't done a video in a while. I did a couple of shorts. So I went ahead and did a little short harvesting video of me harvesting my Mariana tomatoes. Now, my Mariana tomatoes did do well. Hold on. Isn't that crazy? Look at all that. that's heavy. That's a lot of tomatoes, right? So that's the tomatoes I got this year. These were my survival seed tomatoes, the Mariana. So the plant was starting to look like it was dying a little bit because it's getting really hot here. So I decided to go ahead and harvest all of the tomatoes and just ripen some of the green ones inside. And I'm going to actually go ahead and put up, that's on my plan for this week. I'm going to go ahead and put up, I'm probably going to put some in the freezer and use them for like soups and stuff for this winter. Yeah. That's crazy how you can never have your lettuce and your tomatoes at the same time. So you can just make salads all the time. But anyway, I'll go get some kinds of lettuce to put in there. I have spinach, but I like to mix spinach with some lettuces and make a salad that way. Spinach by itself is a little bit boring. Still waiting for the manure. Oh. Yeah. I just have the chicken manure from my own, But I usually, when the garden bed is done for the year, then I go ahead and clean the chicken coops into the beds I want it to be in. And it sits all the way from late summer all the way through like March, which is not quite a year, but almost. But anyway, it works. It works for me, and that's what I do. So it sits from, say, August through March. So August, September, October, November. So about 8 months. So I leave my chicken manure for about 8 months, and then I plant in it. 2 to 3 months away from harvest. Yeah. You ordered some fall seeds. Yeah. I'm looking through the beds. Maybe some of the beds that weren't affected by bugs really bad, I might try to go ahead and plant some stuff. I did plant another second planting of flowers, just, to have some good color in the garden. And some of the flowers are already coming up. So I'll have a second bunch of flowers. My zinnias are already dying off. It's really hot here, so it's hard to, I'm really more of an early season gardener because it gets so hot where I'm at that it's just hard to keep things alive. And we're going into almost August. And then between the heat and the bug pressure, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to keep maintaining what I have.
Stop it.
Yeah. I've grown stuff in 5-gallon buckets. I even did my Wantham butternut squash in buckets. The bad part is, though, I only got one out of the bucket. That's the thing. It's like it needed a little more space. Like a bigger pot would have probably been better. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can grow in buckets. I mean, I have a lot of containers too.
Get off.
Who are you asking that? Are you close to Wanda? Oh, okay. You're talking to Jennifer. 3 to 4 hours. Nova Scotia. Yeah, I have quite a few friends in Canada. Lori's World, Canadian Family Life, Wild Edibles, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where all of them are at. I think maybe Lori's World's in British Columbia. Or yeah.
I'm almost finished
I don't know.
with my
with page 1, and I'm stopping at page 1.
Yeah, I'm about to finish this live. I'm at 1 hour. T-minus 1 hour. Huh? You want to show your progress? Your sister's not on here anymore. Did you want to show it to your sister?
She says she do it.
Huh?
She says that she do it.
Huh, that's cool. McKay, you live in Oklahoma now, is that right? Tiffany is in New Brunswick. There's Wanda. Yep. Probably my closest friend in Canada would be Lori's World. But I know Tiffany as well, a little bit. Oklahoma. Yeah, I lived in Oklahoma. I lived in Oklahoma City for about 5 years. I worked in Oklahoma City at Midland Mortgage Company in bankruptcy. Yeah, that's cool. All right, I am probably going to go ahead and end this for tonight. I appreciate you guys coming in and talking about some gardening with me. Listen to me chitter chat for a little while. I appreciate all you guys coming in. And I will be on Jamie's Live on Monday with Tina and Jamie and maybe Heather. Tuesday, let's see, what do we do on Tuesday? Tuesday night I'll have my own live. Thank you for coming in, Venerable Al. Wednesday, we're going to have our craft and shout where we're going to make Christmas ornaments. Thursday, we're not doing a live because of the 4th of July, and I'm not sure about Friday if I'm doing a live or not. So you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.